Hi, how are you, everybody? I was sorry I'm late. I was in the middle of a therapy session with Better Health. Yeah, I was shorting the queues, so I wanted to check with my therapist because I've got delusional problems. But as I was explaining to my therapist, Fawn Leibowitz, we're actually making money shorting the queues today, and here we are. So, ironically, shorting the queues and shorting silver today, two things that are detrimental to your health, is where we're at. But we're doing that with the lovely money that we made on the Starbucks short. And let me just get I left my coffee in her office. Hold on a second. If you are just joining us, I want to post a link right now if you have a chance to. I'm going to do another live session with the Traders Expo, kind of a prelude to what I'm going to be doing in Vegas. So if you got a minute, let me share this link with you. Checkity check. 1 1 2 2 3 4. Can I have a little more? 5 6 7 8 9 10. I love you. Boom boom boom. Ding the ship. All right, no kidding aside, we are short the Qs and short SLV. I've got 237,000 shares of ZSL long, which isn't really working out too well so far. But I'll get into some charts with you. But let me just share this link with you before we do anything else. So at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a little segment called VWAP Saved My Life. And you know it has. I've been loving the RR. Yeah, it's been phenomenal. What I'm really not loving is the fact that silver went short, it went negative, and has fought its way back. So not loving this right now. Fa-fa-fo-hi? Fa-fa-fo-hi. Can you hear me now? Baba Booey. Check, check. Sibilance 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Hello. Dusted off the good luck hat. It's illegal in 39 states. Sibilance 1, 7, 9, 9. All right. So the trades. Oh, wait. Before we get started here, everybody take a second. And if you all need a reason to come to Vegas, I am performing live in Vegas. This is the preview. That's today. Sign up for that. That's at 1 o'clock. And then the money show, I'm going to be doing a couple of meet and greets and a couple of live sessions on the stage. And it's going to be a hoot. This is the money show. So you got the 1 o'clock link. And this is the money show. And just got blown out of the last of the SLV short. That's over. All we got left is Starbucks short, and that one is starting to work a little bit better. You got blue line to the orange line. Shorted it once, shorted it twice. I just got short. I'm very late to the party, but it is working. I've already traded this stock on the long side and the short and the short and then short again. And I am still short the Qs. So right now, Starbucks short. We're looking for a full-blown reversal now, my friends. And the red lines on the screen, if you haven't noticed, that's where I draw my lines. Those are just the lows and highs from candlesticks from where the stock came from. And that's how I trade. And if you have taken a session with Solid, he has built something where it kind of projects that move and does the work for you. I'm still a manual kind of guy. It reminds me of when my wife, she wanted to have sex with Emmanuel. Emmanuel's a fucking gun. Hey, I'll be here all week. But that's how I trade. So basically where stocks have gone to once, they tend to go to again. That's what we call the rigging of the market. And so far, so good. And we are about to cover some because it's going to that half number next. So that's 97.50. And if it breaks the 97.50, then we're in the candle from this morning, and we might give it Jerry or back down to that 95.85. But right now, again, 50% of this trade is kind of done. When you get today's VWAP to prior day VWAP, you collect your money, and now you hope that you get some more out of it. But again, rule number one of shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. So even though it's working, and again, we're still short the Qs, which is borderline delusional, but UVXY has gone green. It's still in this little downtrend, and now we're still expecting it to get down to this level, which is where we pivoted from earlier. That was last night's pivot. We were hoping for there. We didn't get there yet. And if we get there, we're hoping to get here. And if we get there, we're looking for Fat Finger Freddy all the way down there. So, again, worth it to stay in? Yeah, for now. But what I'm going to do is erase all the red lines because now there's a new line that matters. That last spot where it tried to get through is a double top. Yeah, bang, bang. That's my stop. And that would be 634.18. And let me show you a couple of the trades because we're supposed to do a quick review here. UNH, yes. Extremely boring, extremely awful. We got paid yesterday, but man, did we have to work. Today, right back to the UNH. Again, if you think UNH is going out of business, they're not. Good chance to be buying the stock. If you guys looked at the long-term chart, got a little gap fill. You're basically in this zone right here. So, yeah, it could have fallen another 5 or 6, but, came in today looking for a reason to buy it. And right out of the gate, fake them out, shake them out. 1 minute multi-day VWAP break. Got long at around the 287, 288, 287.50 area. Sold 290. Sold 290, 250. Thank you very much. That was me selling at 292.58. Got stopped out on the way back down at 290. And then our players here, who I've trained diligently over the last decade, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. And our friends got long again. And if my friend Gabe is out there listening, Gabe, hi. Gabe signed up for our service and couldn't find his way into the room, which is not a good start, that he couldn't find his way into the chat room. It's probably our fault. Maybe he didn't get the email, got lost in spam. But Gabe sent me several emails about how we set the trades up, what are we looking for. But he said something, and he asked me a very personal question about my size. It's personal. And as much as that sounds funny, and I'm hoping you're getting the joke there, but it is a personal preference. My 300 shares of UNH doesn't have to be your 300 shares of UNH. I trade for fun. I trade to get paid. I trade where I have no real fear of loss, where I'm comfortable. Could I rock 2,000 shares of UNH, Gabe? Certainly could. Do I want to? I don't. I want to trade where I'm comfortable, where I could buy my 300 shares of a $300 stock, use my incremental stop strategy of 100 shares here, 100 shares here, 100 shares here, sell into the move, raise my stop. Sizing is a absolute personal preference. It's about how much money you rock. You got $5,000 to your name, you're not even trading UNH, or maybe you're doing it with 4 shares. What I do here, Gabe, if you're listening, and I hope you are, what I do here is I try to teach you how to find these trades, where to look, and why we're doing them. Like, why are we short Starbucks right now? And why did you just cover some? Because it just got to 97.50. So now we've covered some at 97.50. So now the rule states, okay, now that you've covered, you lower your stop, right? I didn't even look at the AT&T. Yeah, I know, it was a good one. So now that we've covered at 97.50, thank you very much, right? Now you have 2 choices. This is preference, right? And by the way, well done on the UNH. I mean, I really wish I would have joined you on that one. So you see how it's bouncing off the 97.50? It's not a coincidence. These are algorithmic trading. We trade as if we're robots. So now we're going to use the prior day VWAP as another stop, but also we're going to use this place where it tried to rally from earlier. So 98.39, 98.04, and 98.39. So even if you have 2 shares left, I still play by the rules. My stop's going to be 98.04 and 98.38. And then I stay short and hope for the best. And that hope for the best is to completely just give back the rest all the way down to 95.86 and then possibly go red. And again, that would be a full-blown reversal. Um, yeah, still struggling a little bit with the sickness right now. So today ugh, I was ripping for like 3 or 4 hours already. So kind of ran out of juice. But let me get my coffee, and I'll show you why shorting is short lived and you're going to die. And if you guys are watching Texas Instruments and STX, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Entering trades manually as in like you type in the orders. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, my bid is I have a bid in already on Starbucks short. So my stops are in already. Stop limit, I put a stop limit 98.04 with a 98.10 limit because I don't want to get ripped off a little. I'll give it 6 cents. Second stop 98.38 with a 98.43 stop limit. Chances are I'm not going to have any problem getting out of Starbucks short. But I do stop limit quite often, especially if I'm not sitting around. If I'm sitting there with my finger on the trigger, I just press the button. But my bid is in. That's the important part. Right now, I'm bidding in. So I expect the stock to go somewhere to the midpoint right here, maybe 96.50, right? Even if I have 100 shares left, I bid in 96.50, 95.72, and then 95. Why 95.72? That's break even. So somebody just pointed out AT&T, and again, let me see if Gabe's out there. Gabe, I don't think Gabe found us today, which is a shame. I'm putting on a clinic here, Gabe. Gabe, where'd Gabe go? Gabe. Gabe. From the Gabe. Hey, Gabe, we've been talking about you all morning. Putting on a clinic here about sizing and executions and winning trades. Let me know if you want back into the room. I'll get you those 2 weeks on me. Gabe. Spam. Also, by the way, if you are listening, if anybody joins the room and you're not getting those emails, just contact Stock Market Media. They'll figure that out within, it's not too difficult. It's usually that it's either getting lost in spam, you got to approve it. But let me show you a couple other trades. So the Starbucks trade, money's in hand and pretty sweet. Now, this STX trade was absolutely insane. Now, again, I'm going to mention Gabe 1,000 times today, but Gabe wanted to know, about my sizing. And I said, Gabe, sometimes I'm not even in these trades. I'm just one person. I pick where I want to go. I pick my spots, what's comfortable to me. And what I do has nothing to do with what you do. I'm just here to show you the ropes. So with this STX trade, I know people were shorting it pre-market. So at around 9:20 this morning, I said, okay, guys, don't forget rule number one of shorting. Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. Plus, you never know what's going to happen at the open. So by 9:20, I'm usually, if you are trading pre-market, I'm usually getting out, especially if it's a short. Look at that. Fake them out, shake them out. VWAP break at $400. The stock went screaming. 10%. Don't you tell me my business again. Tommy cut. Bluegill. Right through that piano wire. You got city hands, Hooper. Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. And then you had Texas Instruments, right? The shorts thought they were onto something too. It's the same exact trade. They'll bleed it to death. They'll bleed it to death. And then welcome to the open. You smoked. That was a 10-point candle in your fudge. But then, look, gave you a chance. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, test them from on top. You got another chance at this at 207. And fantastic. Was I in that trade, Gabe? Nope. Because I'm over here. I'm shorting SLV. I'm shorting AGQ. I'm buying UNH, by the way. Very nice re-entry. I'm shorting Starbucks. I'm buying UNH. I'm on SLV. And then the QQQ short. I'm only one person, Gabe. So my point here is that I want you to understand that's what we do best, is help and point you in the right direction. And then it's about you and your comfort zone and what you can do as a trader. Not everybody wants to trade $430 stocks. Somebody don't want to trade 200. Or somebody just wants to trade only options. So let's go back to the Starbucks trade. The Starbucks trade, as it reestablished itself as a short, shorting at the beginning of the day is hard because the option trades the spread was 78 cents by $1.30 on the $100 put. Sorry. No. It was that was the 98. At the time, the hundreds, which I had on the screen here, they were 78 cents by $1. They were $1.20. Oh no, those were the ones, right? Then they went to $2. Nobody got them. But then later, after the stock tries to rally and then starts to roll, that's when you could get a better price at them and reestablish your risk and get involved on some options. But again, for me, I trade stock mostly because I feel like I'm more nimble. I can adjust my stops on the fly. I'm better at it, right? Plus options, if you get them wrong, it's usually a 20%, 50% haircut. Then it could get ugly. Plus, I have the money to trade the stocks where I feel more comfortable trading stock. And like I said, it's a lot easier. I could place different stops. I could piece out. I know you can do that with options, but again, sometimes you got to deal with these spreads. You don't get the good print. Next thing you know, the stock's going against you. You wind up hitting the bid. You get a bad price. It's much more difficult to trade options. That's why I like trading options on Thursdays and Fridays. But speaking of options, right now, QQQ puts. That is where we go with options because these are 0-date options almost every day. We're looking at Qs. And again, very difficult shorting the Qs. So obviously, the little mantra, the market never goes down. But today, it did everything you need to say, you know what? I got to give it a shot. I went with the stock first, right? And then once you get convinced, and when did I get convinced? Can't get over VWAP, can't get over VWAP, can't get over VWAP, starts to roll over. You go and get yourself a 634 put. And the reason I trade at the money puts is that it trades like the stock. So you're seeing it right there, right? So there's where the market tried to rally, breaks VWAP, holds it, comes off it, 420. And remember, with option trading, don't think of it as these are expensive or they're cheap. It's 420. It is what it is. You want to buy the 634? I don't know why. Wait a minute. I remember paying $5 for these. Wait a second. Hang on, let me go check my account. $5.30. Oh, $3.50. $5.36. What the hell am I talking about right now? I think I was actually trading the next day's options. Whatever the case, I made some money. That's funny. I actually traded 5 of those contracts were next day. It was the wrong ones. I was like, wait a minute, why are they so expensive? That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm usually like, let's go back to the point. I like trading the stock because I just feel like I'm more in command, because I use the stock charts, these levels, again, and that's why I'm still short right now because we're still in the downtrend, and I just have to assume we're getting to the orange line at this point. We've been short pretty much an hour and a half. It's working. It's just very, very boring. So let's talk about some other ones. Again, UNH, phenomenal. I didn't trade STX. I didn't trade STZ. I didn't trade STX. What the hell was the other one? My brain is still not completely with me. And it wasn't COVID. I took 3 COVID tests. I just have brain fog right now from being sick for a month. What the hell? I just showed you the damn chart 2 seconds ago. I can't even remember. Texas Instruments. Damn, shit. So I didn't even trade these. Texas Instrument STX, didn't trade them. And then somebody just reminded me that I missed AT&T. I did all this work. I was planning on trading it. But if you traded it, now there's somebody who knows what they're doing, right? And this is one of those trades where it's not a monster trade, but you got to fake them out, shake them out, holds prior day VWAP break at 23.45, get paid. And with this, what's lovely about it is that you could buy yourself 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares. I'm not sure how AT&T options trade, but let's see. I'm assuming they're pretty liquid, and it's AT&T. I didn't really look at the stock, but I would have went with the $24 calls today. Or maybe the 23.50s. Yeah. Not bad. 100% on your money. Not bad. Was that what you did? Good trade. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, speaking of tomorrow, big schmooze, the inaugural, the kickoff, the opening day schmooze, I guess we could call it. The opening day schmooze. The schmooze room has been revamped. You have to email me for passes. We are thinking about selling the schmooze as a standalone product, but I will be very, very flexible if you guys help me promote my TikTok channel and my YouTube channel. Help me get back in the good graces of the algorithmic. They don't like my face, my voice, my attitude. As my mom used to say, your attitude sucks. So if you help me get back in the good graces of the internet, I'll let you into the schmooze. We got my hidden analyst, my secret weapon of fundamental analysis guys coming in. And then we're also going to get a guy who reckons himself a professional shorter, and he's going to show us some stocks that he thinks are going to zero, which I'm always interested in hearing that. All right, cannibals involved. All right, we rounded everybody up. So that's the story. You guys all have the link for 1 o'clock, and if you are coming to Vegas, just email me directly, KennyGlick at AOL.com. I'll set you up. If you are coming to Vegas, let me know. I just got some cool T-shirts. Actually, I didn't hit the send button. I didn't hit the buy button yet. So I got 5 medium, 15 large, 10 extra large, and 5 double X for you extra large people. If anybody's, again, I'll probably be generous and give you the T-shirts for nothing because I like you people. But the sweatshirts are $55. I'm not giving anybody sweatshirts. I'm gonna get a big hoodie. I'm gonna get a champion hooded sweatshirt for myself. I don't know if anybody wants a hoodie, but and also my corporate overlord people are listening. How about you guys fund us to pay for all this stuff instead of I got to pay for it? Yeah. Where's my petty cash account? What are you corporate overlords good for? The 1 o'clock link. I'll give it to you right now. Hold on a second. Oh. Uh, Penny, copy, and paste. All right. So now we're set, and all of this is being paid for by the QQQ short. So if I could just make another $800, T-shirts are on me. $1,562 for T-shirts and sweatshirts. I'm up about $700 in this trade. I got to make $800 more now to pay for these shirts. Shirts are on me. Now we were talking about patience and trading being boring. This is boring, but there's nothing to do right now but to wait to see if we get to this orange line. Right? Looks like we're going to get there. And what are you going to do with the orange line? You're going to chickity ching ching. You're going to cash out of some more, right? Because that's how you make money as a trader. So let's go. And then don't cover any more because we might be on to a 1 minute, a multi-day, a VWAP, a reversal on the cues, pre-fed, UVXY is green, all hell's breaking loose, cats and dogs are living together. Your mom's on the phone trying to figure out where you are. It's 10 o'clock. You know where your children are. What the fuck is going on? The market's actually going down, and we're short. And we're still short, which is pretty nice. Now, again, hopefully we get that extra 40 cents right now. And that's the story. So if you're coming to Vegas, and then I've said this 25,000 times, email me. Let me know you're coming. Uh, just found out Stock Traders Almanac has flat left us. He had to go to this other thing. I'm not going to begrudge. I'm not going to be mad. We'll see him after we eat. But we got that frees up one more table at the captain's table. We don't know if the Minotaur's coming yet, but So here's the story. I got 2 tables Monday night. It's gonna be a long night. I'm flying in that day. I probably should have flown in Sunday, but whatever. I'm flying in Monday. I'm getting there at 1. Maybe I'll take a quick shower, and then I got a little meet and greet down on the floor of the expo. And then at 6:30, we're doing a bigger meet and greet. Everybody film everything. And I want to make a little documentary of this trip. I'll have my camera guy there. Also, DJ Smike's coming. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm looking for 6:23:23. Oh, sorry, 32:23 because I'm dyslexic. 6:32:23. Come on, baby. We're right there. Better hit that thing. So my wife, and the reason I'm married for 25 years is that she's the complete opposite of me. I'm very curt and condescending. I get frustrated very, very quickly with customer service. My wife, my son, fuckhead that he is, my wife, she kills people with kindness. She's got that thing. I do not have that thing. I mean, I can pretend every once in a while. Oh, did we just not get covered? Look at that. Oh, that's so sick. 3 cents away, you bastard. 3 cents away. Oh, Kenny, you said 6:32:23. You bastard. So so gross. Looks like a salad. All right, if you're upset about this trade, then you're just being silly. Cover all you want. Nice trade. I do think we're getting the rollover right here, so I'm not covering. I mean, I've covered on the way down. That's why I can sit here and just goof around now. Looks like a salad. You better know that one. By the way, if you don't know, I'm out of that SLB short. I'm just sitting here with the ZSL getting smoked. I don't know. I probably should have got out of that garbage too. No, I'm not getting smoked. I just gave back the money I was up. Remember Lamar, right? And that Starbucks trade, yeah, right? Now you know why orange line's important. And I just got out of the last of my Starbucks. I didn't want to, damn it. But I was in really, really late, and I'm not letting it go back above that. All right. Well, at least we got done at 97.50. Some of that. Blah bitty blah. What's up? So yeah, if you guys free pass to the schmooze, all you gotta do is get on StockTwits. Let's take that site over. I mean, when I was on StockTwits, I was like one of the OG people. I should have 20 million followers on there. But you know what? Most of those people are not even real. But anybody that is real on that site should know who me and Solid Jello are. Hit the bid crew. And I think we should start our own prediction markets. And I've been trying to get people to bet me on this UVXY trade. Nobody ever wants to take my bet. But speaking of StockTwits, Tom Bruni will be in Vegas, so that should be we'll hang with Tom. So a lot of people coming. So looks like we got about at least 20 or 30 bidders coming. Thank you very much. It'll be a good time. So Monday, like I said, I'm going to do a little meet and greet, and then a little extra meet and greet, and then they have a little schmooze at around 6:30 on the floor. 6:30 to 7:30. 7:30, we're walking over to Caesars across the street. The site's name, my site, hitthebid.com, my site. StockTwits. You don't know StockTwits? I thought everybody knew that website. Let me see. Yeah, let me give you that link too. You know when I knew this site really wasn't all that I thought it was? I'm on their homepage. They say they have 3 million people on this website. I had 127 people watching me. And during the day, I was doing a 12 to 1 o'clock session on their homepage and on their YouTube page. I think I topped out around 168 viewers. Sure, you got 3 million people on the website. Sure, you do. And I was doing pretty damn good commentary, giving ideas in the day. 100 and I think 168 people, a whole 168 people and I'm on their homepage. Right. But you know what? There's enough people on there that it interests me that, we do a little promo. But stock Twits is one thing, and then you got Twitter. Well, I'm at Hit the Bid Radio across all platforms. But really, more importantly, TikTok. As long as I can keep my dirty mouth shut. I've been thrown off TikTok 5 times, so I'm not in the good graces of the algorithm right now. I gotta get back in because, I talk about shorting is short-lived and you're gonna die. Flag. I talk about, you know, stomping on people and taking their money and taking their heads and burning flags. Flag. Anytime I say anything that has some sort of comedic violence to it, and that's all it is. It's the language, if you don't know me, sounds like I'm about to go into battle with a sword, which I am, but the Chinese overlords and the algos don't know, and I keep getting flagged for criminally violent behavior. Who, me? I haven't gotten into a fight since the 5th grade. I got my ass kicked. Criminally violent behavior. Thoughts on UAA? That was yesterday. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. That UAA? Like Under Armour UAA? I This is going into the Stitch Fix category, it looks like. Yeah. When they announce bankruptcy and they do a reverse split, you buy it because it'll probably go 20x the next day. Not even a joke. Not even a joke. Right? Let them do a reverse split, announce bankruptcy, and the stock will probably pop 20, 30, 40, 600%, right? Remember Robot Army? Maybe what was it, iRobot? They finally announced bankruptcy, the stock went from 2. How tall am I? Are you gonna say you can't stack shit that tall? You set me up for a joke. Where'd that come from? I hear feedback. Why not? You're having a good day, right? First day here? All right. I like when the new guys are impressed on their first day here. And that's why I'm still doing this, man. I'm like the Joe DiMaggio of trading. There's always somebody new here. I gotta be on my best every day. And that's what keeps me focused. I love it. Do I like penny stock trading? I don't. I just like trading options. I'm actually 5'10", 167.50. I'm at my fighting weight right now. I got a 4-pack going. Got to work on the last 2. I do about 150 push-ups a day. I'm fond of women, and I am my own boss. Hobson, will you run my bath for me? I actually am fond of women. I'll tell you something, we're still short the cues, and I'm like, this is amazing. We are 85 cents away from a full-blown reversal, my friends. I think we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Show tunes. All right. All right. Where's Larry? Larry, Jerry. Larry was asking, are you seriously shorting the cues? And I said, Larry, I don't joke around when I'm shorting the cues. Right? By the way, Larry, if you're out there, you're gonna short it. Anybody can short glowworm? I get it. Right. Woo! We're doing backspins. We love. So good. Oh, baby. All right. Now listen, if you cover the cue short, that's pretty much all but done. Hopefully we get the full reversal right here. It's only $1 more. Larry, Larry. Put on some African Bombada now. Break spin, break dance. The heck out of here. Larry. I'm almost back. Yeah, I still got this freaking head congestion and a couple more a couple more days of coughing this whatever this shit is up. But let me ask you something. Anybody get short? Oh, by the way, and I hope you guys are paying attention. This stock that I own, SRAD, is the doggiest, turdiest piece of shit. I don't know why I'm in this garbage. I'm just a glutton for pain on this one. Just moronic, irresponsible, and just stupid. But I'm still in it, right? And today it actually faux show broed and paid off. But when you know you got yourself a dog, there's always a sell off. This stock's going to zero. I don't know. The prediction markets has destroyed this name. I used to be a big fan, data analysis for the sports gambling industry. And speaking of the worst stock I've ever owned in my life, it's this one, NAVN. Another reminder that IPOs suck. 95% of IPOs suck. Companies don't go public to help you. That's they're cashing out on your dime. Like BitGo, what is that? BTGO. How'd that work out? Right? How'd that work out? For every Viking and MDLN, you got every other one of these IPOs. Garbage.
Absolute trash. Look at this thing. Look at the this is the IPO, since the IPO. Absolute trash. Garbage. IPOs stink. And we're in a bull market. These are garbage. And man, if your IPO, I mean, again, if ever these things come back and break IPO highs, yeah, like A-Lab and what was the other one, Sid, that we did well on? A-Lab and ARM. They weren't too good at the beginning, and then they sold off. But this MDLN, impressive. Massive buying out of the gate. Sure, you got paid. And it does look pretty damn good because you just consolidated and broke new highs. But for every MDLN, and like I said, Viking was a really good trade. Viking Cruise Lines, very good IPO. There's 100 that don't work. Oh, but Beyond did very, very well for quite some time. Inevitably, that went to zero too. But speaking of going to zero, this Glowworm, 1998 in the house, who was trading this back in the 90s when Corning went from just your grandmother's pots to a fiber optic juggernaut. Corning. I haven't looked at this stock probably in 20 years, or I guess I did back here. But this trade was pretty much exemplifies everything you need to know about how we trade. Gapped up stock on earnings, breaks VWAP, short it. Faux show, bro, where we were buying it earlier. Fake them out, shake them out. Range break, 1 minute multi-day. Got involved, got paid, rolls over, goes negative. Faux show, bro, VWAP break, got paid on a long trade again. Faux show, bro, 1 minute multi-day, VWAP, you're getting paid again. And then reality sets in, holds the VWAP, rallies, but rolls. Finger of God. Now nobody's home. Nobody's home. And there is just so much going on intraday. And when you just step back for a second, and you try to say, and you say, what am I doing, right? What am I doing here? I'm a day trader. I want to get paid. These were not just day makers. These were week makers. And if you were really putting some size on, these were month maker, year maker trades. Just gorgeous ladies of wrestling, right? And it's just awesome. By the way, I mean, speaking of that, we nailed it. We nailed the silver short, and we got it, well, whatever we could out of it. And now it's over. Shorting the Qs and shorting silver. Again, this one was over a while ago. But the QQQ, right? Even though it's still, working, it's coming to an end soon, right? You got to the prior day VWAP. You're putting up a battle here. You got Fed talk in about 2 hours. And by the way, I'll leave you on this note. You guys like prediction markets? Well, I have a $5 bet going that Jerome Powell shows up with a fuck Trump t-shirt, raises interest rates by a full point, kicks the podium over, takes a piss on the podium, tears his shirt off, throws it at the reporters, and runs out of the room screaming. If that happens, I win $2.7 million on a $5 bet. One time, baby. One time. Let's go, Powell. But I would take any of those scenarios, especially raising of the interest rates, because I ain't no economist, but I heard that if the economy is booming, you're supposed to be raising interest rates, not lowering interest rates. And according to the interweb, and according to, the guy in charge, everything is booming. Everything is awesome. So according to one class that I took in school that I paid attention to, we're supposed to be raising interest rates. Raising interest rates, not lowering interest rates. That's my time. I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. I'll probably keep that Powell joke to myself. And we'll crunch some charts. And if you guys haven't seen the link, yep, here you go one more time, and we'll have some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. Oh, they're definitely staying unchanged, and the market's definitely going up. right? So what's going to happen is UVXY will tank, and the Qs will close at the highs of the day. And that is it. And this QQQ short is coming to an end in 3, 2. Oh, I didn't get out. How you like me now? 632.85 is my stop. Ooh, look at that. All right, it's almost over. Did you think you were going to stay short the Qs all day? Silly psychopathic lunatics. We made the money. You should be happy enough that we actually made money shorting the Qs today. All right, I'm going to go blow my nose for an hour, and I will see you. Oh, I don't have any care about that. I just want I want them to raise interest rates. I'm sitting in a lot of cash, so raise them. I already refinanced everything to 2 3/4. Raise them. Raise them all. 7.5%. Let's go. My kid's not buying a house for at least another 5 or 6 years, 7 years. Let them lower the rate 7 years from now. It's a selfish thing. Raise them. Raise them. 7%, baby. 7%. Across the board. We can function as a society. 7%. I can pay all my mortgages off. Twofold. Get them to 7%. I'm locked in at 2 3/4 across the board. And we're still short the Qs. How you like that? Wow. That is knowing price. My stop is at 232.85. It went to 232.82. If we start rolling over, that 3 cents kept me in the trade. How you like that? Incredible. All right. Peace out, brothers and sisters. I'll see you at 1 o'clock. Latris on the Menjay.